I had a great question from one of my viewers this week, and that was, how do I capture a song? So how do I get the lyrics, the music, the ideas down? How do I write lyrics? Where do I put all this stuff? So I thought in this video, I would take you behind the scenes and show you how I write a song on my iPhone. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete and this is Studio Live today. Now, if you like videos about creating, recording and releasing your best music, consider subscribing because that's what I'm all about. But in this one, I wanted to take you a little bit behind the scenes of what I actually do when I'm writing a song. So from the original idea concept to writing the lyrics, which I'm going to do right now. I haven't actually written these yet. And then how I can actually sort of bring that all together. So this is going to be part one. This is going to be capturing the idea and writing the initial lyrics. So let's jump into it now and get started. Now, one thing I want to make super clear up front, and that is that my spotty umbrella is awesome. But apart from that, there is not one way to write a song. Like everything in music, there is no right and wrong way. This is the way that I do it. If you can grab some ideas from this and use them in your workflow, that's fantastic. If none of this works for you and you do it completely differently, that's cool too. But this might just give you some ideas, some inspiration, maybe something you hadn't thought of. So let's jump in and I'll show you what I do usually as the first thing when I'm writing a song. And that first thing is this thing. I grab my Voice Memos app and I record in the original song idea. So this is usually a few lines, a hook, a chord progression, something that is the spark for the rest of the song. And I'm normally just noodling or jamming away. And then when I get something that I want to record, I grab my phone, I quickly hit record, and then I capture the idea. So here is 21 seconds of this song so far. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful, they say. But sometimes I'm not so. There you go. So I haven't really developed it much more than that. It's a basic chord progression. We've got E, A, and G. Yes, I know, very original, Pete. And then probably going to an F sharp minor or something at the end. And that's sort of going to be the end of the chorus. That's the feel at the moment. And what I need to do is work out what the verse patterns sound like, any sort of bridge, and then how that leads into the chorus and the overall song structure. But this one, I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm actually going to write all of the ideas for the lyrics because I'm going to show you how I capture lyric ideas, and it's not as linear as you might think. So let's jump over to my note-taking app and show you how I do that. So my note-taking app of choice is this one. It's OneNote, and I just like it because it syncs across all of my devices. But you can use Evernote. You can just use the Notes app on your iPhone or your iPad or whatever device you have. As long as you can take down text and your ideas, you're going to be fine. So if I go into my songwriting folder here, what you'll see is down the bottom, I've got Perfect, which is the song I'm working on at the moment. And all I've got there is that line. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. They say, at least not every day. That's all we have so far. Now, what I would often do is I would go away and I would write the rest of the music for this. So that's sort of one technique I use. Or for a song like this that's more about the content, what I might do is what I'm doing here is now just go ahead and start noting down ideas. Now, these don't have to be complete sentences. They can be individual words. So I might come in here and say, okay, they say at least not every day. So I want to talk about, struggles. So I'll just put the word struggle there. I might want to talk about, hope. And these are just ideas, and I'll start throwing down single words, phrases. And what I might even do is say, what I had there, so I had the chord progression that I was working on. So it was like an E, and then what do we go to? E, and then an A, and then a D. And then, the F sharp minor that we were working on there for the bridge. So I'll probably have a couple of sections here. One is going to be all my word ideas, and another one might be my musical ideas. So through the power of editing, why don't I go away? I'll spend probably 30 minutes to an hour as I'm walking along here, and I'll put all of my notes down here, and then I'll return and I'll show you what I got. So we have fast forwarded about 30 minutes here now, and as you can see, I've got myself some notes here about this song. Now, it's just a framework at this stage. I do have to pad this out, but I wanted to point out that sometimes just taking those moments that you have on your commute or on your walk or when you're not doing anything else, you can start getting some ideas down about your song. So why don't I jump in now and tell you a little bit about the plan for this song as it stands. So down the bottom here, I've started mapping out the chord progression now. I want an intro that just sits on an E there with a little bit of a riff over the top, and I have actually sung that riff into my voice recorder, so I'll play you that in just a moment. I've then got an idea around the verse here, which is just going to do a 2E, 2 F sharp minor, 2 D, then an A7 down to an A. So I've used a similar chord progression in other songs. It kind of matches and works well for my limited vocal range. So that's what we're going to go with there. We've then got the chorus there, the E, A, D, and then moving into the F sharp minor. Now, in terms of lyric ideas, so up the top here we had life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. They say, at least not every day. I had an idea that just came into me for the bridge, which goes like this, but sometimes it's hard not to give it all away, and sometimes you need to find another way to, I think that was supposed to be stay, but it could be say. There we go. We'll just go say or stay. Cool. Drop our keyboard down. And then what I've done is I've mapped out all the different words that were just the thoughts and the feelings and emotions that I wanted to sort of dredge up in this song. So I've got struggle, hope, direction, clear, fear, need those rhyming words, battle ahead, stay the course, resilience, won't always win, don't hide away, lose the battle, the war is yet to come, question mark. You say you have a lot to learn, but when you feel you might be done, pack your bags and run. Don't look back, a waste of time, don't look back, it's already happened. Now that's stealing from one of my older songs there, so I might not be able to use that, it might sound a bit weird, but that's what I have so far. So in just 30 minutes, we've made some pretty good inroads on writing the lyrics of this song. Now, before we finish up on this this part one, let's play that little intro idea I had, which I've just recorded down in the voice recorder. So there's the hook that I showed you. I've actually started naming these now, which is a really good idea if you start sort of getting ideas down. And here is my intro that I've just kind of sung into the mic here. So let's take a listen to this. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And that's where it moves into the just sort of sitting on the E chord there for a little while. So that's sort of the idea. And again, if I'm sitting down at the guitar, I might have had that idea, but when you've got a melody like that in your head, if you don't have an instrument, you always have your voice. So capture those ideas any way you can, like on the Voice Memos app here, so that when you go to the final phase, you can actually get it done. So as you can see, I'm home now, and that is going to do it for this video, but I'm pretty happy with the last hour. As I was walking along, I managed to get a bunch of ideas down, and now I've got a decent chord progression idea, got an idea for the intro, we've got some lyrics in there that we can start building out and turning into an actual demo of a song, which we'll be doing in an upcoming video. So make sure you're subscribed and you can catch up on that. If you did have comments about this, about the song, about the process, or you want to let me know how you capture your song ideas, drop those down in the comments. There's also 2 videos are out there and there that you can check out. If you want to see some more videos here on the channel, you can subscribe by clicking or tapping on the Studio Live Today icon, and I'll see you on the next video. See ya.